Disney Plus has finally arrived, and with it, the first chapter in the new Star Wars TV series, The Mandalorian. Let's check it out. Hello everyone, the December review here. So Disney Plus has begun, and we all get to add yet another streaming service to our ever-growing list of apps. With the promise of all the Star Wars, Marvel, Pixar, and everything else Disney that we can handle, and a reasonable enough price point, today I'm going to look at the main attraction for all things Star Wars, The Mandalorian Chapter 1. Not so hot off the heels of the underperforming Solo movie, but just in time for Rise of Skywalker, Disney drops its first Star Wars live-action TV show. Spoiler warnings ahead for anyone who hasn't caught the first episode yet. Set a few years after the events of Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, where the Imperial Army has been defeated if not banished from the outside worlds, we begin at a bar and are introduced to some baddies ready to do some bad things to an unassuming alien man. But just in the nick of time, a bounty hunter walks into the joint and moseys on up to the bar. Our bad guys set their sights on him as we quickly see why it's not a good idea to mess with the Mandalorian. Shots are fired, bones are broken, and the best use of a Star Wars doorway I have seen unleashed, chopping one of our baddies in half. The other gentleman is ever grateful to the stranger as he just saved his life. Trouble is, he has a bounty on his head, and this was no coincidence. He came to collect. So that's our introduction to the series, and it's a great one at that. Our Mandalorian comes off 80% Clint Eastwood and 20% Han Solo while being shagged out in that familiar bounty hunter armor. It's an excellent play-in for any Star Wars fan. It's heavy on the old Hollywood Western theme while fitting right into the Star Wars universe. From there, we get an action piece to the Mandalorian ship, and holy shit, it's that guy from the Devil's Rejects. And he's eaten by an ice worm thing, but it's cool. We're now on the ship, and holy shit, it's people frozen in carbonite. Our bounty hunter has landed with his prisoner and is ready to collect his ransom, and holy shit, it's Apollo Creed. I'll accept Chubbs Peterson as well, but really it's Apollo. Ready for his next assignment, we learn of a mysterious hush-hush payday, which our hero accepts for lack of better options. A quick bit of backdrop exposition follows for the Mandalorian as he's off to meet the makers of his next journey, and holy shit, it's stormtroopers. Details are sketchy if non-existent, only that he is given half of a code and some coordinates. Landing on his target planet, he finds himself in trouble against a couple of giant angry animal sort of things, but just at the last moment, holy shit, it's Nick Nolte to save the day. After a chat with his new friend and a lesson in horseback riding, we make our way to the showdown to the end of the episode. Our cool and collect bounty hunter is scoping out the scene where we see a bounty droid, IG-11, who has arrived to collect as well. Coming off as a combination of K2 and the Terminator, the pair hook up to exterminate the multiple bad guys surrounding the target's domain. After an impressive, against all odds CGI explosion party, our heroes come face to face with their bounty. And holy shit, it's Baby Yoda! So there it is, the baseline for the new series, and one I am happy to report was a fun ride filled with plenty of nods to all things in the universe while planting the seeds for what's to come. The Mandalorian himself is played with cool bravado and assurance, a low-key portrayal and not one to waste many words. We get a small glimpse into his backstory and a glimpse into his current surroundings. Most of what we see are the building blocks sure to be expanded on as the series continues. As you can tell, there are a few surprises along the way building up to the final reveal. A pretty great reveal at that, which, like any good TV show, leaves things on a great cliffhanger with the viewer wanting a few questions answered immediately. I mean, come on, it's baby fucking Yoda. Well, we don't know if it's related to Yoda yet, but it's a baby fucking Yoda. There are a few callbacks in the dialogue, namely about the odds and a mention of Life Day from that old fan favorite Christmas special of all things. It's worth noting the score as well. I found it to be rather excellent and a key player during the episode. Some of it may have been a bit too on the nose, but overall, to borrow from Apollo Creed once again, it came off Rocky-esque at times, building and adding to the action. Action of which there is plenty. The episode is a highly wound, quickly paced, well-done introduction into Disney's new Star Wars offering. Feeling more Rogue One than The Last Jedi, we got a fun gunfight at the Star Wars Corral. I look forward to the rest of the series. I have spoken. Of all things to mention, the Christmas special. Now they're digging deep. Now they're digging real deep. They're going to be throwing out some Christmas special at us. By the end of this series, we are going to see the original bad guy stolen from us, removed from the prequels thanks to Backlash, and that will be one Sith Lord, Jar Jar Binks himself. Him and the Mandalorian, they're going to have this massive duke 'em out fight at the end of all this. That's my bold prediction. I'll bet absolutely nothing on it. But man, that'd be really cool if it happened. Absolutely having nothing to do with Star Wars, but I got this really cool Halloween trick-or-treat like bowl container, candy container thingy. Goddamn in the middle of November, and they're still selling this stuff. I think this was like $5 originally if you bought it last month. I got it for a quarter and a couple of nickels. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. None whatsoever. I'm going to put stuff in it, and then, or not, and then probably throw it away in like 7 years. Freddy Krueger's back. In fact, Nightmare on Elm Street borrows heavily from the Star Wars series. Freddy's original name was going to be Freddy Sky Krueger, or Freddy Krueger Walker. He's a big fan. Big fan.